guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name's Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. If you're noticing for the last few videos I'm in the same t-shirt, that's because I'm recording these all at one shot. I will be leaving town for a few days to go celebrate my birthday with my best friend, I guess you could say. And so I'm going to upload a bunch of these and get these all lined up for you. And so if you see me in my defense, I was left unsupervised shirt. If you see me in the same one for a few days, it doesn't mean that I've decided to become grungy. Well, it's finally happening. The perfect man, Tom Brady, finally getting his walking papers. I did a video, I don't remember, like a year ago saying, oh, looks like it's on the rocks. And then I did one just a month ago that said, oh, they're having a lot of problems and she's talking and they're living apart. And I said, oh, it's just a matter of time. And here we are. They've both gotten lawyers involved, and it's going to be they're looking at splitting up their stuff. And, you know, I say this time and time, she's giving up on him because he wanted to keep playing football, like his passion. It's not something he can do until he's 60. But he feels good enough that he was going to retire. He feels good enough. He's like, let me get another season. Hey, you know what? That's more endorsements, more money for us. It lets me hang with the guys and feel important and do something that I love for one more year. And she's like, nope, I'm out, because you're not around to watch the kids enough, and I probably want to go do my thing. So we're going to read an article from that. Don't forget, we do have the race for a retreat. We're still in first place, but that's if you order using the links down below the video or in the pinned comment. If you order, either make an order from Jeremy's Razors, we get 10 points, or if you're overseas and can't get the razors, or even here in the States, and you subscribe to Daily Wire, you can get us 20 points, and that's whoever has the most points wins. And I would like to, I'd like for us to win so we can get a nice piece of land and maybe a nice, like 40 by 20 steel building where I can turn it into like a bar and a meeting center and have some campgrounds and some place that men can have a retreat to come out to. So I would really appreciate if you support on that. And you know what? Every 10 or 20 points, I do see it. Like we're not racking up in the thousands of points here. Every little bit of movement, I see it, because I check it in the morning, I check it at the night, and it is nice to see. It's like, hey, okay, we got, you know, a couple Razor kits or one or two subscribers to Daily Wire. So please make sure to hop on that if you would, and that helps them, it helps me. It's a great cause, and I would appreciate it. All right, from the Daily Mail, Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen have hired divorce lawyers amid rumors of a rift in their marriage, with the couple living separately after an epic fight and are looking at dividing their multi-million-dollar empire. And once you start getting the lawyers involved, it's all over. The only person that wins during these contests is the lawyer and sometimes the women. But the lawyers always win, I guarantee you that. But I'm telling you now, she filed. You know she filed because he was happy. He was saying he was trying to change and make things happy for her, but he still wanted to play one more season. And she said, nope. And here you've got a guy that's like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", whatever he is, quarterback. I mean, one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback of all time. Amazing career. I hate the man because for so many seasons he beat down my Buffalo Bills, but I respect the guy, and he's just good. And you know, maybe he's going to go out on a whimper instead of a bang, and he shouldn't have done this last season. But he says, hey, you know what? I want to finish this. So you got this great-looking guy, one of the greatest of all times. I mean, the guy's athletic, very athletic and very healthy, and he's damn near a model. As a matter of fact, I think he has done some modeling. And he's a great father, and even Gisele Bündchen says that. But then she's like, well, I'm going to leave anyway. At what point are men supposed to realize, like, this is a rigged game? Like, at any point in time, if I don't do what she wants, the way she wants, or something goes wrong, she's going to find a reason to be done. It's happening over and over again. They say Tom Brady appeared to be headed for a permanent split following weeks of speculation their A-list marriage is on the rocks, according to the New York Post. Both celebs have retained divorce lawyers. Rumors have flown for the past several weeks that the two are living apart following an epic fight and are now mulling over how they would divide their multi-million-dollar empire. I don't think there will be any coming back now. They both have lawyers and are looking at what a split will entail, who gets what, and what the finances will be. An anonymous source told Page Six. The pair married in 2009. It's sad, but it seems like this is what happens constantly. And I guess they creeped around after her a little bit. around Miami, and they were just, the paparazzi, and you can tell by the grain in this footage. It's a really long, low light telegraphic photo. It's always weird when these people just creep around wanting to take pictures of you. I just find that crazy. Let's see. They say legal experts speculate Brady and Bunchen, 45 and 42 respectively, would file in Florida, where they're primarily based after a decade in Boston. Another source told the Post that the pair is assessing how they would divide up their $26 million property. They also have a $17 million home and another place worth $3.6 million and another place worth $5.7 million. Again, money, I tell you now, money doesn't buy you happiness. And even if you're rich, I mean, she's rich on her own. I think her net worth is the same as his, if not a little bit more. But it just shows you she can have everything she wants. The family, the money, a house in like damn near 5 or 6 different exotic locations. I mean, Tribeca, the Tribeca building in New York City, Indian Creek Island in Miami. Where else? Plenty of properties. I mean, it's never enough. It's never enough. They say Brady's personal net worth ballooned from $180 million to $250 million in the last year, with help from a handful of hyper-lucrative endorsement deals with brands like Under Armour, Sam Adams, and Tag Heuer. Can you imagine you make $70 million in a year, and you say to your wife, you know something, this is my, like, I know last year was going to be my last year, but this year, this is probably it. Like, I'm on a limited time frame, but I'm doing what I love, and I made $70 million last year for this. And she's like, no, you just can't, or I'm leaving you. Like, I just don't. For me, what amazes me the most about this, and I know I'm stuttering all over the place, but what amazes me the most about this is basically what she's saying is you can't do what you love, stay home with me and the kids and the family. He's 45. Most people don't get to retire till, 65? Maybe some people work until they die. If you're a blue-collar worker, you got to, in many cases, depending on what you do, you may end up working for your entire life. You may never have enough to retire. But here at 45, he's like, give me one more year. I mean, we're both in good shape. We'll probably live until we're 85 or 90. That gives us another 45 years on the planet. Like, let me get one more year doing what I love. And she's like, no, F you, I'm leaving you. They say both Brady and Bunchen fled Miami as Hurricane Ian approached Tampa. And it was reported that Bunchen stayed with the couple's children and Brady stayed elsewhere. So she's got the kids already. You know how this is going to go. Now, they did say somewhere in the article here that they're going to keep joint custody. And again, with their incomes being about the same, I don't think she's going to be really filing for child support, especially when they're both like. But Florida, and I talked about this in the other story that I did about this, Florida is one of those weird states where like the woman has to leave as good as, if not in a better situation than the man. So who knows what they're going to do to him. They say Bunchen is her husband's #1 cheerleader and said she would not care if he played until he was in his 50s. But the friction between the two still has resulted in them living apart from one another. And they say, that was the last paragraph, but they say here above it, many believe that Brady re-entering the NFL became a bone of contention for Bunchen. Well, okay, so how is it that she says, oh, he's fine, I don't care if he plays until his 50s, and then at 45, he's like, I'm going to do one more year, and she's like, no, not good enough. I just, when I see stories like this, and I'm literally like, women say they want all the 6s today. Here you've got a guy that's like 6'8", who knows, but I mean, the guy's 6 foot, the guy's worth what, 8 figures? Literally 8, actually no, 7 figures is $1 million. 8 figures would be 10 million. He's worth 9 figures. So he's 6 foot tall. He's 9 figures. Now maybe he's packing a half roll of pennies. I don't know. But I kind of have a hard time believing that. I mean, the micro things, that's not that common a deal. I'd imagine he's at least average. And here you've got a woman that's like, oh, I'm fine if you work till your 50s. All right, well, I'm going to work till I'm 46. No, I'm leaving you. You're not giving me enough time. I just don't know. Guys, make sure to join me on betterbachelor.locals.com, where I continue to do other stuff like daily profiles of the day, and you don't get to see that stuff here on YouTube.